Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in to my weekly class to go. It's Stamp with Michelle Pepper here, coming to you from Auckland in New Zealand. So this week we are playing, in this class, we are playing with the Just My Type stamp set. And you can find this in our annual catalogue on page 69. So it has all these cute fun images and also a variety of sentiments as well. So it's really quite a versatile stamp set. So before we get into the class, I want to show you the projects that I have made and shared on my social media this week. So today is Wednesday, so on Monday, so usually on Monday it's Case the Catalogue for me. That's just something that I do this year. And I pick one card from the sample here of the stamp set to feature. So this is the one that I have picked. And then I show you how I have cased it, which is copy and selectively edited. So this is what I have come up with. That is for this card here. So I don't know if you can see the general layout here where there is a rectangle piece in the middle. So that's what I've done with the typewriter. Instead of having a feature typewriter, I've actually done it on the background. Now this was using a what we call a Joseph's coat technique, where you stamp on the paper, whether it's cardstock that you have colored or whether it's paper, pattern paper that already has all the colors. So this particular one was copper clay. It was just a simple copper clay. I don't think I have an example here. Sorry, I just I don't think I have it here. But it's out of the Fresh as a Daisy DSP. So so basically I've just stamped the typewriter in Versamark, and then I heat emboss it with the clear embossing powder. So then you can't see anything once you've heated it. But then what I did was Blueberry Bushel was the color that I used. I just used the ink pad and go all over it, so that all the other colors are wiped out. Not wiped out, but basically it's kind of gone more Blueberry Bushel. But this, where the heat emboss is, it actually resists the ink pad, the ink from the ink pad, and so so that's what's the color that comes through is the color that was from the original DSP. Hopefully that makes sense. I actually have a video to show you that technique, so just check it out, and it's in my video list. Okay. And then so I did have to use because I wanted to go with the whole typewriting vibe. So I used the Happy Birthday sentiment that is out of the Sentimental Park. It's got these really like a typed font. So use that for just repeatedly stamping it, and then I've just used this in order to replicate that whole look. And then Hello is from that, obviously. Again, heat emboss that in white on the crushed curry paper, cardstock rather. And Sunshine is out of that sentiment. I hope your day is filled with sunshine and rainbows. I've stamped that, and then I've just cut that bit out, okay, in order to put it in there. And so that was how I have cased the card here on the in the catalogue. So that was Monday's card. Now Tuesday card, I basically stole the color scheme from this card here. So so it's not really a case, but I basically chose the colors that were used in here, which was Calypso Coral, Lemon Lolly, and Fresh Freesia. So that's what I've done. I've stolen that. And so so this card, basically using the hello, I've just repeatedly stamping it again for the background, and then I've just kind of built up with, you know, all the I told you there's such a variety of things, images, you know, to use, and yeah, so that's just what I've done, just build it up. You might not be able to see it clearly, but this is Lemon Lolly, and I've stamped tone on tone paper clips, because that is that little stamp set here, paper clip. How cute is that? So that's all there. But yeah, so quite pleased with that. So that was Monday and Tuesday share. So let's get on with today's card project. So if you're new to my channel, I do two projects in each class. The class is free for viewing. Anyone can watch it. So thank you for coming and joining in. But if you are in New Zealand, and if you, I actually offer these card kits as well. So you get a card kit like this to replicate the cards that I am demonstrating in today's class. So the way to get these card kits is by placing an order with me, $40 or more by Friday this week, by end of Friday this week. So that allows me the weekend to put the kits together, getting ready to be posted out to you on Monday, or you can pick it up too. So that is, if you live in New Zealand, that is on offer for you. Now, I can't pre-stamped any images, but what you get is a whole lot of things that I have pre-cut for you. So the idea is that you'll be quite easily be able to just put it together, do some stamping, and yeah, so I send these to you when you place a qualifying order. I sent these to you, these card kits to you for free as a way of saying thank you. Now, so you get 2 kits for this card, and then you'll get 2 kits for the second card. So you get 4 kits in total. So I think that's a pretty good deal. So let's see how we've done this. Now, this, I have used the Ink Botanicals 6x6 Designer Series paper. So it's quite a variety of paper here. There's 48 sheets. And so obviously you might not get exactly the same paper, just like you see here, there's a different version. Excuse me. And so yeah, so your cardstock might, because the colorways for those, your main colors are your Lost Lagoon, Calypso Coral, and Crushed Curry. So, you know, depending on, you'll get one of, well, 2 of the colors, right? So so this one here is our Crushed Curry. Okay, and then we have a DSP that layers, and then this is for the inside of the card, and we'll just do a series of heart shape. So I'm just going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Just going to go nice and plain and simple. Might put that one there for now. Alright, so then all we need to do is glue this on. Oh, might have put too much here. Okay. Here we go. Nice and simple. So it's the inside of the card, then on the outside. Now, this is a nice and simple technique that I like using for when, you know, to use pattern paper. It's called the rip and flip card. Okay, this is what I do use this technique quite often with pretty papers, especially when they're just so pretty and you don't really need to do much, and it's also a nice and quick way of using your paper as well. Sometimes we can overthink too much, and then what ends up happening is that you don't end up using your paper, and you know, end up having a collection. So so now there are two ways to do this. You can either rip it, or you can just cut it in a nice straight line, which is what I've done here. Using the trimmer, I've cut it nice straight line, but now I wanted to show you the other option, which is to rip it. And I know some of you do not like this. Some of my followers and some of my ladies who come to my card classes, they do not like this rip look. So I get it. So not everyone likes what I do, what I like. I mean, I do like the rip look, but that's why I wanted to show you like different options, right? Different ways of doing it, and that's the look that you would get from this. Okay, and so then I would just put some glue on here. Now I don't really want to glue it all the way down yet, because I want to put the twine around it. So I'm just being a bit careful. So if you didn't want to use twine, then you can just glue it directly onto the card base. But right now I'm just gluing it onto the DSP, but not on the card base, because I want to wrap my twine around it. So here at this point you have the option of doing that way, or because it's double-sided, you can do it that way. Alright, so depending on what the look you're going for. In fact, no. Yeah, no, I prefer it with the crushed curry, so I'm going to do it the crushed curry way. Okay, so then the next little bit is, actually because the glue is still quite wet, I'm going to bring out the tear and tape. Instead of using the stamping seal or seal plus, I'm going to use tearing tape, because when you use the stamping seal you're dragging, and I just didn't want to run the risk of, because this is liquid glue that I've used to glue those two parts together, and it might still be able to move. Oh, come here. There we go, let's wrap that. Needs to be on here. Right, so what I'm doing is just putting tape there so that I can do this easily. Right, so see, so instead of wrapping all the way and wasting a bit of twine, I'm just looping it back on itself in order to run it through this side, and then do it again. See, so I'm just looping a little bit here instead of running across, right? And yeah, so then I have my 3. Whoops. So now I've got my 3. Did I do 3? Or did I do 2? I did 3. So then I can maneuver this and see how I like to look, what look I like. Okay, I can go a bit closer. Right, and then now I am free to put that on. Right, so we're just gonna a bit generous there, and maybe I'll snip that off so that it's not gonna create some bulk. Okay, and carefully place it down. Then now I think right, so I'm missing a little bow, which I'll make sure that your kit will have everything. So it's great when I do this, because then it gives me a mental note as well of what I to remember what I need to put in. So just got that, and that will go on there when it's ready. Right, so what's the next step is the stamping the typewriter. Now I actually have some already done. So these are the things that I have stamped. So I'm gonna go yellow. Yeah, we'll do the yellow, and then I have also got one of these already done. So that is from here. This, I've used that stamp set, and then that image, and then I used the thank you instead of the for you there. So that will just go in here like so. Alright, so I'm just going to do a thank you card for this one. So you can see I left a little bit of room here because I knew that I need that room to go under. Right, so there you go. So now we've got that, and then that is going to be on dimensionals. Let me grab my dimensionals. Alright, so we've got one. So yeah, the kit, if you get the kit and if you don't have the stamp set, then you can buy the stamp set, place an order with me and get the stamp set. It is so fun, honestly. But if you don't like it, and that's okay if you don't, you can still use the kit. You just have to look for suitable stamp sets or stamps that will that are suitable. So in this particular card, it's easy because it's the paper that does the most of the hard work, and then you need something, like an image here like this, and so am I going to do this? Am I going to do that like this? Yeah. Here we go. So yeah, so it's easily, you can easily substitute that. So that's not a big deal. Now, then I can either put it like that. Yeah, I might do that. And probably the best thing for this is the glue dot. So taking the glue dot, and then we'll just kind of roll it up. Right there. And I think I did do a little, so yeah, so those cardstock was what you would have stamped, okay, the typewriter, and then that goes on there, and then there's room here for little hearts. So the hearts is in Calypso Coral, and I think I also have one done. So look at that, everything is pre-done today. Not quite. This card it is. So just kind of put it on there. Alright, so that will go in there. And what else is left to do is, okay, then what we have left to do is our, where is it gone? There it is. I knew it's in the kit. I remember putting it in there. So these gems, these ones are from the iridescent pastel gems. Okay, so you've got these pearl kind of Calypso Coral, and that might be balmy blue. Yeah, so they're iridescent though, so that's quite cute. So the smallest, I think I've put it onto the heart, and then things come in threes, odd numbers, and triangles. So And there we have it. This is our card number 1. What do you think? We've got card number 1 here all ready. So such a pretty paper and such a cute stamp set. So just love this. As you can see, it didn't take long to do this at all, okay, even with my chitter chatter. Alright, so that's card number 1. Card number 2, a little bit more involved. Let's have a look. A bit more stamping. Put that one away. Card number 1. Okay. That just slipped out of there, but that did come in here. So this is card number 2. So cute little fun set. I told you this is such a fun set, right? Yeah, it's like, so we've got this. Has that moved? I'm sure that has moved. That's because I didn't. Okay, that's better. All right. Let's see how we're going to do this. Let's pull these things out. Don't forget your little gems. There's more things in here. Alright, so let's put the envelope aside for now. What do we need here? We need these, this is your main stamping bit. Alright, so that was from the previous card, so I'll put that one there. Right, so we want the flower and the words. Those are your main 2 ones to go on here. Doesn't matter what we do first. Maybe not. We'll just do that. So just ink your image sentiment up. Have a look at it. Hopefully it's good. I might just huff-on it a little bit as well. If I use my grit paper as a guide, hopefully it will be nice and straight. Ooh, I think the top might not be well inked. Oh well, we'll see. It's not bad. Okay, so I hope your day is filled with sunshine and rainbows. Isn't that cute? So of course you can use this as the inside of the card sentiment, but you can also use it as the outside sentiment. So I'm gonna do that right in the middle. And that's nearly it. Now we just need to color. Now you can see I have doodled for this one. Okay, actually, do I need this? No, I don't need this. I have used a pen. Now our stamping markers, these markers have the thin side, which is the pen end, and then the brush side, which is the thicker. It's got a thicker line there. I hope you can see the difference. So you know this end is the brush end. So the brush end this is how thick it is. Now, and this is the old style, and it's quite thin. All right. So, and also mine is running out of ink. So, but the new one, which I don't have them in the black, but I can show you perhaps what the new one. See the new one, the difference between the new and the old. I think you can see the difference in the nib size. Okay, and so this is a much wider and firmer. It feels a lot firmer as well. So yeah, so but unfortunately I don't have the new black one, so but if I do, that will be what I use. So in the meantime though, I have an old Project Life pen, so that's what I'm going to be using. So that's like, and basically I've just doodled. Okay, I just you can do whatever. I'm sure you're more artistic. And I've just got the 4 corners, and I've just put those. I don't know, if I wanted to, I guess I could do that as well. So and then just some squiggly lines, maybe a bit longer. Like I said, I'm just kind of having fun. Okay, and then maybe another dot, and now I'm trying to do a straight line. Well, I don't have to make it a straight line because it's just doodling. And isn't that cool? And there you have it, done. So that's all I've done. Just use your pen and just draw it. And now you've got that cute little hand-drawn piece. Now I can color it. I've just left it to dry a little bit, right? You don't need that long normally, but because what I've done is I've used Memento black ink, which is water-based, and so I generally like to color with the stamping blends, which is what do you call it? Alcohol based, so they don't run. But where I don't have the colors, where I don't have the stamping blends for the colors, I'm going to have to use the markers, which is water based. So I didn't want it to, you know, the water base on the water base, it might run and it might bleed a little bit. So this is Granny Apple Green. So the colorways for this is Berry Burst and Granny Apple Green and Daffodil Delight. So I'm just going to do the light one. I think I did the light one for this middle bit. See, just okay. So you can color with the thinner end or the thicker end, is totally personal choice, and also depends on what, you know, if it's a large surface, you probably want to use a brush, but if it's the little surface like these are, then you have more control with the pen end. So I'm just keeping it all simple, all Granny Apple Green, all the leaves anyway. Right, so just kind of doing that, just a little bit of that. Okay, and then I do not have Berry Burst in Stampin' Blend, so I'm having to use the markers. Right, so happy with that. And then Daffodil Delight, I do have it in, is that my Daffodil Delight? Yep, I do have it in that's a lot lighter. And then what else do I need? Fresh Freesia is the other colour that I want. And maybe I'll go for the darker one. Okay, so ta-da! How cool is that? So there is the main piece. Don't you love it? So sweet. I hope your day is filled with sunshine and rainbows. It's the cute little flowers there, so that's good. One more stamping thing to do now. I've used the rainbow slightly differently. Okay, this is the little rainbow, and I have used it as a accent piece, as a scallop thing for me. So this is what I've done. Taken it. And Granny Apple Green is the ink color that I used, and then just doing a row of this. Hopefully you can see this without having to see my head, top of my head. Okay, there, And then because it's photopolymer, you can match, you can see where you're stamping quite easily. Rightio. Okay, so, and then all we need to do is using our paper snips or our sharp scissors. Okay, so then I just gonna go around it and fussy cut it. Just a little bit of work, but you know, just trying to use the stamp a little bit more, showing you how to you just use it a bit more creatively sometimes as well. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with all the different images that are in the stamp set as it is. Yeah, just trying to show you some ways to use them unexpectedly. Yeah, so now we've got a little scallop pattern that we can use. Okay, I think that's all we need to do. I have left the inside of this card blank, so I'm just going to glue that on now. Right, so again we just need a little layer. Probably shouldn't have done it right to the edges because I know I'm going to have to cut it. Right, just going to trim that bit off. I know, once I've cut it though, it kind of looks like, maybe it looks like a card, which is kind of cool. Looks like a flower card, maybe. Looks like it's on wheels. Alright, so we've got that. It was easy, nice and easy. Now this is the Berry Burst cardstock, and once again I'm going to put the tape here on the back. So I'm just going to do two. In fact, this one. Where's my cut in? That's the cut in, I think. Oh wait, do I want it more? Alright, I'm just going to might have put this too high. So I think we may need to make sure it's not too high. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, no, that will do. I'm happy with that. Okay, so we're going to do that. Now, did I raise this? No, I didn't. Oh, I thought I might have. No, I didn't raise it. So this is the freesia layer, and I'm just going to put blue on here. So that will just go onto, that will go all the way, I think. Yep, it covers completely. Okay. And I'm going to use the bind folder to just right there. That's good, and that can now go on here. So just use glue again. nice and simple. So you've got the matting layer, right? So that's our matte layer. That ribbon is out of a 3-pack. This is lemon lolly, and in the pack it's got lemon lolly, not sure what that pink is, and it's got azure afternoon. What pink is that? Oh, I can't tell. I think it's bubble bath. Yes, I believe it's bubble bath. So you've got all the different variety, and then that goes on top like so. I think I might just use dimensional. Just because I didn't do it the first time, it doesn't mean I can't do it now. Right, so it's kind of dimensionals. There's 4. Whoops. Alright. But we're nearly done. So it's pretty cool, eh? Hope you like that little trick, or a little idea to use the rainbow in an unexpected way. Alright, so just move that out of the way. And then that just goes right in the center. Yeah, right in the center. Okay, and then now I've got my little ribbon here. Does it matter? No. Don't overthink, Michelle. Just pop it on, right? I'm just picking it up with the ribbon. Pick up the glue dot, and I'm going to do 2 just to make sure that it will stick nicely. So let's have a look. And there. So now we have, actually I might just move it this way so I can see. And there you go, card number 2. So let's pull it out. Let's pull these out. Oh, wait, I keep forgetting to do this, don't I? Where is my sharp tool thing? Right here. It's an old one. So I'm just going to do I can do the same, or I can try a different variation. Actually, I think it's looking much the same, isn't it? I think I'll just stick with it. Right there. Right, so that I can either just leave it there, or bring it down a little bit. I think I'll just leave it. Okay, and then you can decide which way you like it better. So there you go, card number 2. Okay, and let me bring in card number 1 as well. So remember, if you're in New Zealand, you can get these card kits for free. So just be sure to use my host code and place the order by end of Friday. Either email me, text me with your order, or do an online order. So Anyway, thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate you being here and you being supportive. And I will be back next week with new stamp set to feature and also new projects. All right, thank you.